Hello, this is the Provoked Prawn, and this is a tips and tricks video for Doom Eternal on one of the most frustrating things about the game, and that's the jumping mechanic. And that's not that it's a poorly implemented jumping mechanic, it's just that I'm awful at platform games, so in case you are too, these tips might be useful to you. Now, there are different things to look at in the game when jumping. They include yellow poles, as you'd expect. As they do with a lot of other games, there are highlighted elements in the game that give you a clue as to where you're meant to jump. So for example, you'll see yellow objects in the game that you can swing on or get a bit of height on. Here there's a beam that is basically going up and down in the air, and the key is to wait for it to get to the top point before you start jumping, and then you could do a jump and then another jump if you can manage it. And then later on in the game you get the ability to dash when you're in mid-air as well, and then you can double dash and double jumping, so it's all about learning how to do it and timing that thing just right, and it's really frustrating. Luckily the checkpoints are usually in a place where if you die you'll respawn right next to it. Another thing you'll see is like these floating coffins that you can grab onto when you're dashing and jumping through the air, and it's worth having a look around before you start jumping to work out where the next one is. So there's one there and there's one a bit further down, and you can actually, I discovered, jump straight to the second one that's further down first. You have to watch out for these ones though, because they do fall out of the sky, which is a bit of a pain. But when you jump towards them, if you press the grab button or the melee button, and then that will grab onto the edge, and I actually find that if you press that nice and early, it actually gives you a little bit of an extra boost and you can grab on. Another thing you'll see is these textured walls that have like grips on them. They are obvious points where you're meant to grapple onto, so those are the things to look out for. Anything that's yellow, textured, or has that sort of highlighted thing on it, like the gravestones. You do need to sort of look about before you start to jump. It's worth bearing in mind the different perks that you can get, so you can unlock various perk points in the game and upgrade your suit, for example, and pay attention to the ones that allow you to grapple more easily and also to dash twice when you're in the air, because that's really useful. And then if you work out how you can jump and then dash and then wait a little while and then dash again, or make a mixture of those, so rather than dash dash jump, try and time it so you've got more distance between you. So I found like if I dashed a bit, did a jump in midair and then dashed again, and you could actually get further. Another thing to watch out for is these places where you have like a button that you have to press with bullets, so you can shoot these green buttons to activate something that drops down, and then you can jump across. So you do have to watch out for the lasers and the squashing things and all sorts of other things. So it is really just about practicing and getting the timing right, and probably not engaging enemies like I just did before you jump across. Here you've got to get through lasers and then jump onto these coffins that are then going to fall out of the sky, so you've got to get the timing right, and you actually have to jump forward and then back on yourself and then across again. And I made it, and I was quite successful. I managed to do it, and then I got killed and had to start all over again. So the jumping mechanic in Doom Eternal is certainly one of the most frustrating things about it, but it's worth paying attention to because there are elements of it where you can actually get to secret places if you jump in the right direction as well. So here, just a main bit of the mission you have to go through: jump on, dash, and grab onto that. Missed it first time, frustrating. Fell quite a few times while trying to do this bit, and then you have to start further back and you have to go through the whole thing again. But actually, if you manage to pull off this jump, there's a secret entrance to this building in the distance that you can get into, and then you can get access to more secrets and extra unlocks and things. So it's worth just practicing that bit, and then if you fall, then you can do it again. That yellow symbol that you can see floating in the sky also allows you to regenerate your dash and get further when you're in mid-air, which is obviously useful. But the tip is definitely to press that grab button as soon as you get close to something, because that allows you to grab on earlier than you think you should be able to. You can see there I was falling, but I managed to press the button and grab onto the very bottom of it, and it kind of gives you a little boost where it just pushes you forward and allows you to grab. But you do have to practice just when to do the dash and how to get the jump time. You'll see in that last one there, for example, I dashed, waited about a second, dashed again, and then did the mid-air jump. And that combination of things made me get across. You can see I did miss the little window to get into, but you can then wander around and find loads of extra stuff anyway. Hope you found this video useful. Be sure to check out my full-blown tips and tricks video for Doom Eternal and the montage of glory kills I did. Thanks for watching. This has been the Provoked Prawn. Hope you found this video useful, interesting or hilarious. Be sure to subscribe and check out these other videos, as well as taking a look in the description for links and other information you might find useful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or anything you'd like to see extra about this, and have a great life.